feel that hand getting higher and higher. And what's that feel like? That's it. What's that feel like?
Strange.
It is strange, isn't it? Because you are already in hypnosis. That hand is starting to get higher and higher and higher.
It looks like he's popped out of hypnosis already. So is he a good subject? Can he be hypnotised? Can I hypnotise him? I've got 2 videos this week, 2 packed videos this week, start to finish. So it's an extra special bonus for you because, as I said last week, it's a special week for me. Do you know what it is? Keep watching and find out. And keep watching to watch these 2 wonderful street hypnosis clips. And there's going to be a tutorial on how to identify good subjects. Who makes a good subject? Who makes a poor subject? You're going to find out inside in this week's video. And this video doesn't just apply to street hypnosis, but it also applies to those doing therapeutic hypnosis or hypnotherapy. And even if you just want to learn more about hypnosis and what it is before you come for hypnotherapy, this is a great video to watch. It helps you understand who's a good subject, who's not a good subject, and maybe figure out if you're a good subject. So enough of this chat, let's find out inside. Hi there, my name's Taran Mirza. I'm a hypnotist and clinical hypnotherapist, and every week I usually show you a street hypnosis clip. This week I'm showing you 2 street hypnosis clips as we discuss the idea of who makes a good subject and who makes a poor subject for being hypnotised. And as I said at the start there, and as I said last week, this is a special week for me. Do you know what it is? Well, it's my birthday. I don't mean my birthday as in me, but the YouTube channel's birthday. It's 10 years old. I can't believe it. It started in August 2013. And it's now August 2023, and I'm delighted to see that it's last 10 years. I had no intentions of spanning 10 years, but I have enjoyed the process. Now, it's not a big channel. At the time of making this video, I've got 1.2 million views, which sounds a lot, but it's not much in YouTube standards, and I've only got 3,800 subscribers. But again, I'm proud of all you subscribers, and if you haven't subscribed yet, maybe you're going to subscribe today after you watch this video. But with 672 videos, including this one, uploaded to YouTube, I'm delighted to say I've kept it going, publishing a new video practically every Sunday. And as you can tell from those numbers, and a few extra videos during the week and a few shorts mixed in for good measure. So that's me and my YouTube channel. Happy birthday to me, 10 years old today. I'm really proud that I've got this far. And in fact, I didn't start this YouTube channel. It was started by my son, Jonathan, who you can see here in some of his early videos, where he kicked off the channel and then left it for me to run as he got a more sensible job than hypnotising people, but say no more. So let's not waste any more time and kick off with the very first video I have to show you. It's only 3 minutes long, but there's a lot packed into this 3 minutes. So watch this video, and then I'm going to come back, give you a little intro to the second video, and then the second video is 9 minutes long. So you're really going to enjoy these videos. There's timestamps if you want to jump between the various sections of this video in the description section below. So please feel free to jump around, but I'd recommend you watch it in order. You'll make more sense as you really enjoy these 2 bits of street hypnosis today. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, make sure to give it a like, and don't forget, click the subscribe button and that bell notification button so you get notified every time a new video comes out from myself. And if you have any comments or questions about this video, or any ideas for future videos, I love reading your comments. I love responding to your comments. So leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll reply to them as soon as I see it. In the meantime, enough of that, let's watch the first clip.
So we're going to do a little exercise just to check that you are good at following instructions. To go into hypnosis, all you have to do is follow instructions, okay? So put your hands out like this here. Do this. Now you see, you've got your left hand like me, but you've got your right hand. Start again. Do this. Is you good at following instructions usually? Don't answer that. Do this. Put your thumbs down. Cross your hands over. Do this. Interlock your fingers. Tight. Okay, and make sure your left thumb's in the bottom. Where's your left thumb? Just make sure, put your left thumb in the bottom. Your left thumb. Good stuff. Okay, put your fingers out like this here. Tap them together. Do this. If you can't follow instructions, you're never going to have hypnosis. So listen more carefully now than ever before. Alright? Listen more carefully than ever before. What I want you to do now is put your hands out like this here. Put one hand up and grab like you're grabbing a big steel bucket. Okay? Now, in this hand, I want you to imagine there's a beautiful helium balloon. This hand has a beautiful helium balloon, while this has a big steel bucket. Now what I'm going to do is start putting bricks in that bucket. So close your eyes down now and just imagine I'm putting a brick in that bucket. I'm putting a brick in that bucket and feel that bucket getting heavier and heavier and heavier. Feel that bucket getting heavier and heavier and heavier. And as that bucket gets heavier and heavier and heavier, just imagine now that beautiful helium balloon is pulling that hand up. Just imagine that beautiful helium balloon is getting larger and larger and pulling that hand up higher and higher. As that, I put another bucket in that brick in that bucket, and that bucket's getting heavier and heavier and heavier. Feel that bucket getting heavier and heavier and heavier. And the heavier that bucket gets, the lighter that balloon pulls that hand up. That lighter hand getting higher and higher and higher. And feel that hand getting higher and higher. And what's that feel like? That's it. What's that feel like?
Strange.
It is strange, isn't it? Because you are already in hypnosis. That hand is starting to get higher and higher and higher. In a moment I'm going to say the word sleep. And when I say the word sleep, your unconscious will take you down deep into a wonderful state of hypnosis. Your eyes are going to close, your head will drop down to your chest, your legs and back will support you.
Oh,
and
no.
Sleep now. Deeper, deeper, deeper relaxed. The deeper you go, the more relaxed you feel. The more relaxed you feel, the deeper you go. Drifting, sinking down. When I drop that hand down, just go 10 times deeper, 10 times more relaxed. And allow your unconscious to take you down even deeper still, even more relaxed. In the moment I'm going to count from 10 down to 1. With every count I count, just allow your unconscious to take you even deeper, even more relaxed. So 10, going deeper now. 9, even deeper still. 8, so deep, so relaxed. By the time I get to the number 1, your unconscious will take you to a place that even I couldn't take you to. So deep, so relaxed that everything I say will become your reality. So 5, even deeper still. 4, 10 times deeper again. 3, and 2, and 1. So deep, so relaxed. In a minute I'm going to count from 1 to 3. On the count of 3, letting all the sounds around you, letting the wind blowing through your hair just help to absorb you into this wonderful state of hypnosis. In a moment I'm going to count from 1 to 3. On the count of 3 you can open your eyes, you can be back with us, but every time I say the word sleep or deeper sleep, your eyes will close, your head will drop down to your chest, and you'll go back into this wonderful state of hypnosis, going 10 times deeper. Nod your head that you understand. So 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. What's that like? Come over here, come over here. What was that like?
Weird.
Look at me and sleep now. Way down, sleep. Way down. Okay. All right. Were you a bit nervous?
Yes.
You were a bit nervous, weren't you?
Wait, where did Hanji go?
I didn't make them disappear. Enjoy your day. All right, guys. Thanks very much for trying it. Anyway.
Thanks for staying tuned. We'll go straight into the second video any minute now. But I just wanted to point out that, well, they didn't go into hypnosis. We didn't get to do any skits with them. Does that mean they were bad subjects? Does that mean they weren't hypnotized? I'm going to give a detailed description when I come back after the second video, so please do stay tuned so I can compare and contrast the two videos, and hopefully you'll understand better about hypnosis and about who's a good subject and who's a bad subject after I've had that discussion. Before we dive into that second clip, I just want to explain how I record in terms of audio and video when I'm out and about doing street hypnosis. During the day I carry a little dictaphone, a little digital tape recorder in my pocket. As you see usually on all the videos, there's a little lavalier mic down through my clothing into my pocket, and I record all the audio, and I only hit record when somebody's happy enough that I record them as well. That means I've got, well, I'll say 24/7, a continuous stream of audio, but video coming on and off throughout that audio. So watch this clip that explains exactly how far apart these two videos are.
I just want to point out the timeline here, and the best way to do that is via the audio, because the audio was recorded non-stop throughout the day, and you can see it at the bottom track here, so it's continuous, but various videos throughout the day started and stopped. So this gentleman and lady were recorded, and I've just started this at t = 00, tied it up a little bit, so this footage starts at t = 0 through to t = 3 minutes and 50 seconds. So he then returned to me at t = 51 and 16 seconds, so almost an hour later, just over 43 minutes later between the end of this first video and the start of the second video.
So as you see, it was about 47 minutes, I think I said 43 in that clip there, but it's about 47 minutes between the first interaction with this gentleman and the interaction that's coming up now. Just as one more introduction to this video, the first few seconds were before I'd hit record on the video camera, so you hear the audio only, but it's important that you hear how he walks up and how he approaches me. Listen out to that audio as well as the video that starts within a few seconds, and stay tuned for the explanation after the video.
How's it going?
Again?
You want to go again?
Yeah.
Less nervous this time?
Less nervous this time, right. I want to see if it actually works this time.
It does work. Right. You've seen it work?
Yes,
yeah.
I've seen it work.
So it does work, but again, the thing about hypnosis is if you have any concerns, any reservations, then you'll stop yourself from going hypnosis because you're protecting yourself from harm or whatever else, okay? So you've seen that nobody's done anything silly or stupid today. It's just a bit of fun, a bit of lighthearted. So let's see what we'll do this time. Right, you look like strong. Are you left or right-handed?
Depends on what I'm doing, actually.
If you're
I grew up in a left-handed household, but I myself am right-handed.
There you go. Well, let's use your right hand then. So put your hand out like this here.
World's gentleman.
That's it. I want you to make that arm stiff and rigid.
Right.
I want you to make that arm so stiff and rigid that I couldn't bend it. You think you can do that?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, are you ready?
Yep.
Perfect. I want you to make it even stiffer.
Okay.
I want you to make it so stiff and so rigid that even you couldn't bend it.
Right.
And only when you know that you can't bend it, only then try and bend that arm and find you can't. There you go. Because you're already in hypnosis. So close your eyes down. Close your eyes down. When I say the word sleep, just allow that hand to drop down by your side, your head drop down to your chest, and you go into a wonderful state of hypnosis. And sleep now. Deeper, deeper, deeper. Relax your legs and back and support you all the time as you go down even deeper as the wind blows through your hair and the crowds talk all around you. Just allow yourself to go even deeper still as I drop that hand down. Go down 10 times deeper, 10 times more relaxed. Legs and back and supporting you all the time. As you go down so deep, so wonderful inside, your unconscious will take you to a place that even I couldn't take you to. So deep, so relaxed. So when I count down from 10 down to 1, go 10, going deeper, 9, even deeper still, 8, so deep, so relaxed, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, way down, deeper, deeper, deeper inside. In a moment I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and the count of 3 you can open your eyes and be back with us, but every time I say the word sleep, you can take yourself back here and go even deeper still, feeling even better inside, feeling more relaxed. Nod your head that you understand. So 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. What was that like?
It's weird.
It is weird.
Holy
sleep. Way down, way down, way down. Just allow your eyes to close beautifully down, way down, even deeper. And the deeper you go, the more relaxed you feel, the deeper you go. In a minute, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. On the count of 3 this time, you're going to open your eyes. You'll be so relaxed, so comfortable in the position you're in now, you will be stuck to the floor. You will be stuck to the floor. You will not be able to move your feet. It's almost like you're rooted to that grass underneath your feet, like you're cemented, like you're concrete. You will not be able to move your feet. And the more you try and move those feet, the more those feet will just lock and stick. Nod your head that you understand. So 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. Feeling good?
Yeah.
Go ahead now and try and move those feet. Really try. Really try. The harder you try, the harder you stick. Really try. That's it. The harder you try, the harder they stick. What's it like?
That is weird.
It is weird. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, wow.
Look at me. And sleep. Way down. Way down. Deeper, deeper, deeper relaxed. In a moment those feet will become unstuck, but those feet will become unstuck only as quickly as your name disappears from your mind. You will not be able to say it. You will not be able to vocalize it. You won't even be able to think about it. The more you try and think of those names, that name, just like your feet were stuck, that name will be stuck to the back of your mind. Nod your head that you understand. So 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. Check your feet can move now. Isn't that cool? And I didn't catch your name. Your name is?
Chris.
It's gone now. What's your name when you try and say it?
You'll not miss it. I'm
Stuck. Locked and stuck. Locked and stuck. Really try and say that name. The harder you try and say it, this disappears. You know your surname?
Yes.
Your surname is?
Robertson.
And your first name's gone?
Chris.
It's gone now? What's your name when you try and say it?
Wow.
Wow. When I click my fingers, your name will become a girl's name. What's your name? I'll start you out. Your name is Mary. Your name is Mary. What's your name?
Mary.
Hi, Mary. How do you do? What's your name?
Mary. Wait, no.
It is Mary, isn't it? You probably don't have any ID on you, do you, Mary? Yes? Check your ID. Notice how it says Mary. What's it say?
It's Christmas shirt.
What's your name?
Christian.
What's your name? Can you try and say it? It's gone now because your name's Mary. What's your name?
No.
Look at me. What's your name?
My mind is completely blank. It's conflicting between.
And sleep now. Way down. Deeper, 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 relaxed. In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. On the count of 3, your name will come back to you fully. Your name will come back to you fully. But just as your name comes back fully to you, you just realise you are the biggest liar in the world. The more exaggerated the lie you make, the more comfortable it feels just to say those words. Everything I ask you, you will just lie in response to it. Nod your head that you understand. 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. Having fun?
Yeah.
What do you do for a living?
Unemployed. Going.
And are you married?
No.
Do you have kids?
No, I don't intend to have any.
And sleep now. Way down, deeper, deeper, deeper relaxed. The deeper you go, the more relaxed you feel, the more relaxed you feel, the deeper you go. In a minute I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and the count of 3 this time. When you open your eyes, you're going to see a beautiful little cuddly teddy bear. You're going to see a cuddly teddy monkey. When you see that monkey, you're going to just be compelled to do whatever the monkey does. You're going to be compelled to do whatever the monkey does. Nod your head that you understand. Everything the monkey does, you want to just copy exactly what the monkey does. Nod your head that you understand. 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. See my little teddy?
Yes.
Notice what happens. That's right. There you go. What's happening now? There you go. What's happening?
The legs can sort of force himself to do it, but at the same time it's somewhat unconscious.
There you go. You know what's really cool? Sleep. Way down, deeper, deeper, deeper relaxed. The deeper you go, the more relaxed you feel. The more relaxed you feel, the deeper you go. In a moment I'm going to count from 1 to 5, and on the count of 5 all hypnotic suggestions disappear. You'll feel full of life, full of energy, like you've had a 12-hour sleep, like a 6-hour massage, ready to take on the rest of the day. You'll have a newfound confidence you never knew you had. I know you're a confident person, but you can find even greater confidence than you ever thought possible now. So 1, feeling that feeling of hypnosis just disappear from the tips of your toes. You'll no longer feel like following the monkey. You'll no longer forget your name. Your name will be back to you fully. 2, feeling that hypnosis drift up through your legs, through your stomach, into your pelvis. 4, 3, take a deep breath in, full of energy, full of life. 5, into your head like a fresh mountain breeze, and stretch and wide awake. Welcome back. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it was weird.
It was weird. Do you remember everything that happened?
Yes.
There you go.
So.
Brilliant subject.
So welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that second video as much as the first video. In fact, it was probably more enjoyable because we actually got into some hypnotic skits. And voila, he was hypnotised. So what makes a good subject and what makes a bad subject? Let's start off by going back to that first video and discussing that first. I do a little warm-up exercise. You might have seen me on this YouTube channel doing that warm-up exercise. I've done it before. I'll maybe put a link to some other video with that in it, maybe explaining that in a bit more detail in the info cards above. But I did that as a little warm-up. When I first met them, they seemed a bit nervous. Now, this was a QCon event, the Queen's University's anime costume and gaming event. And as much as I was advertised as being present on the day, a lot of people didn't see me on the website. So when I was approaching people saying, would you like to be hypnotised? They probably thought I was just in a costume and I wasn't a real hypnotist. So there's that doubt in their mind. So I want to do a little build of rapport and do a little entertainment skit to start with. So I do that and I laugh and I build up that rapport. And then I say, right, let's follow my instructions carefully and you'll go into hypnosis. So we move on to doing the formal induction of what I call the buckets and balloons. Some people call it the books and balloons. But I like to use the bucket analogy as I use that induction to get them into hypnosis. Now, Notice how right away she's giggling, she's laughing, she's gaining some sort of experience. Something's happening inside her mind as I talk through the idea of the bucket getting heavier and the balloons getting lighter. The gentleman, on the other hand, is slightly less responsive, but he's sort of wincing, giving an indication that he is feeling something too. Everything so far looks great, and then all of a sudden he opens his eyes. Now, why did he open his eyes? I don't know. And if you asked him, he probably wouldn't know exactly why he did it either. The bottom line is he had some sort of experience. It maybe unsettled him a bit and wasn't sure what was happening next. Maybe he thought I was about to pickpocket his wallet. I don't know. But he opened his eyes and looked around. It could have been that he was a bit, defensive and supportive of his female friend. I think it was a girlfriend from that joke about the following instructions. For whatever reason, he popped his eyes open. At that point, she was still in that hypnosis trance. She was still feeling a response. So I decided to continue with her, and I just tapped his hand and say, just you watch. And I continued with her, and she again looked very responsive to the induction. Her head stayed down as I talked to her during the induction and the deepener, and I decided to fractionate her and wake her up. But at the moment she woke up, she popped out and she ran away. She moved backwards. So it's not that she wasn't a good subject, it's just she maybe, again, like the gentleman, freaked herself out about, ooh, what's happening here? It was a bit weird, and popped herself out. I tried to put her back into hypnosis, but at that point she was very cognitive and very aware of herself, and she said, no, it's not working. But it did work. That's the key. That summarizes the first video. What about the second video? Well, fast forward, if you saw that description of me talking about the time interval between the two videos, fast forward to 47 minutes later, almost an hour later, this guy walks up to me again, the same guy, and says, I want to try it again. I want to see if it really works. And that's beautiful. And you see me, I'm going to summarize very quickly, you see me hypnotize him, you see me running through various skits where he was very responsive. So what was the difference? What was the difference? Why was he not a good subject before and he was a good subject just 47 minutes later? Well, the key is he was now more aware of me and more aware of my skills and understood what I was doing. While I had been busy hypnotizing 3 or 4 people between his first video and the second video, unaware to me, but the camera person mentioned that he had been watching me several times as I hypnotized other people. So he now knew I was a credible hypnotist. He now knew I could do this stuff. So he was more keen to get involved in it and experience it. Really, that's the difference. That's the difference between a bad subject, which he was, I'll say bad subject, but he wasn't a bad subject. But the hypnosis wasn't effective, and it wasn't because he was a bad subject. It wasn't because I was a bad hypnotist. It's just because we didn't click. There wasn't that trust, that connection there. People often tell me, does it ever not work? And it's not that it didn't work, it wasn't just the right time. And that really is the key. Whether you're getting up on stage and it just doesn't click for you, or if you're going for therapy, it's about whether you're trusting the person that's hypnotizing to hypnotize you and trusting the process. If you can have that trust, it will work every time. In fact, in a therapeutic setting, it never fails because they've researched you. Even if it's just looking at your website once, they've researched you, they've dialed your number or sent in an email or message. I've responded to them, I've explained a few things to them, they've paid, they've booked, and by the time they come, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks later, they're psyched up there. They have that trust, they've made that commitment financially and mentally to say, right, I want to get over this anxiety, I want to stop smoking. They're there ready to change. Just like the gentleman, 47 minutes later, they had time to really process what was going to happen, and they're coming along on the day saying, I'm going to change today, and that helps hypnosis immensely. I hope you understand that. I'll go through the rest of the video. I did a little foot stuck right away, and again, from the minute I fractionated that guy, you would have seen the eye roll as well as the eye flutter. Now, I always say that's a good sign, but if you don't see that, it doesn't mean they're a bad subject. Again, I can't emphasize it enough. There's no bad subjects. So it's not that he's a bad subject or he or she's a bad subject if you don't see eye roll and eye flutter. But when you do, that's a nice letting go of all the conscious actions that are carried out and trusting in the hypnotist. So he really was trusting the second time around. I did a nice light test. I always start off with something light like catalepsy, that's the freezing of the muscles in terms of a foot stuck, and it worked perfectly. I went on to a name amnesia, and again, when I first told him to open his eyes and said, "What's your name?" he said, "Chris." But I just didn't panic there. Never panic. If somebody doesn't get it right, just reinforce the suggestion. I says, "Your name's gone." During the process, he says, "I'm getting muddled. I can't find it inside my mind." I never worry about him saying his name as he did at the start. People might say, "Oh, that failed, it didn't work," but it's a nice proof that when he can't say it, he can't find it inside his head. When he says it, it means he found it. When he can't say it, you know for a fact he would say it if he could find it. A lot of people say hypnosis is just social compliance, and they're not saying their name just to please you. But you can tell from his confusion, from his puzzlement, from his searching for that name, that he couldn't find it. Now, I tried to make him forget it when he was looking at his driver's license, but when he read the name, he remembered it again. That didn't stop me from just telling him that it disappeared again. Never worry about reinforcing the suggestion and enhancing the suggestion just by repetition. Repetition of suggestion is a great way to really reinforce the suggestion happening. I move on to everything you say is a lie. Now, in that skit, some people really excel. When I say, "What's your job?" they say, "Oh, I'm a ballet dancer," or "I'm a spaceman," and it's clear from their size or frame that they're not a ballet dancer or spaceman. For this gentleman, when I said, "What do you do?" he says, "I'm unemployed." So, is he unemployed, or is he lying because he has a job? So he's saying the lie. He's saying the opposite. So I don't prolong that skit, and I move on to the final skit, which is moving the monkey and getting him to follow. And it wasn't an exaggerated move, but you could see the arm moving up in response to the monkey moving. So again, the suggestion was accepted nicely, and you can see the willpower and the challenge inside his mind as his hand was moving. So a great subject. So to summarize, how do you pick out a good subject and a bad subject? Everybody's a good subject. It's not about are they a good subject or a bad subject, but is right now, is this place the right time, the right place to hypnotize them? Maybe it's too windy for some, maybe it's too sunny for others. There will always be reasons why someone might not go into trance, especially in a street hypnosis setting where I'm walking up cold. It's like a cold call conversation. I'm walking up, they didn't expect me, they didn't know I was going to be there, and I said, "Would you like to hypnotize?" And they go, "I'll give it a go." But there's something in their mind might be holding them back. 47 minutes later, when they're accustomed to what I'm doing, everything changes. It's not that I'm a bad hypnotist. It's not that he was a bad subject. There isn't such thing as a bad hypnotist or a bad subject. It's just about timing. It's about building a relationship, building rapport, building trust. And if you've got that, whether it's in street hypnosis or in hypnotherapy, you'll succeed in hypnotizing every time. I hope you like this video. It's a special video, as I say, for me. I've been saving this video and these two clips for a while because they're important understanding of hypnosis, because if you just saw the first video and I never showed the second video, or that gentleman never came back to me, you might think, "Oh, he's a rubbish hypnotist," or "That guy was a bad subject." Seeing the two together emphasizes that just give it a go. It might not work, but it's not your fault, it's not his fault, it just wasn't the right timing. Stick with it, that's my advice. Also, it's special for me because it's my 10th anniversary on this YouTube channel, so make sure you give this video a thumbs up, make sure you give it a like, and don't forget, click the subscribe button and that bell notification button next to the subscribe button so you get notified when the next video comes out. Here's to the next 10 years. Thanks very much for watching. I'll put a video here. This video is coming up now. It's a playlist of other videos from that year that was shot in 2022, straight after COVID, first QCon after COVID. So check out that playlist, enjoy them, make sure you give a thumbs up to them all, make sure you give them a like, and I'll see you next week with next week's video.